Yeah, so move to the next one. I would like to invite Mr. Gary Byrnes from TAO Climate to share with us the topic, how we plan to solve the climate crisis by building sustainable housing with industrial. Thank you.
Hello, it's wonderful to be with everybody today, and congratulations on the launch of the wonderful alliance, which I'm very confident is going to deliver impacts on a global scale. Can you see my screen okay?
Yeah, we can see it now. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. So TAO Climate is a green fintech business. We're working with Google to deliver vast impacts into climate action and also delivering sustainable cities and communities. We've just recently been funded by the Irish government VC fund, Enterprise Ireland. And our big idea is that we use industrial hemp, the crop, to recycle CO2 into housing, and we want to help make construction sustainable. Our core value is in environmental leadership. This really impacts everything that we do. We feel that everybody is aware that we need to take action to help prevent the global temperature increase from rising much more. But there are very few mechanisms, very few ideas that people can actually use to take action. So our core belief is that we need to offer people the mechanisms that will enable action to be taken both at a local and personal level, but also at a global and collective level. And our belief is that by creating sustainable building solutions, we will help to deliver a healthier planet. So the problem at the moment is that there is too much CO2 in the air. Even if we evolve to a zero carbon global economy tomorrow, there is still too much CO2 in the air, which is going to keep heating up the planet for the coming decades. So we need to remove vast quantities of CO2 from the air. We've already increased the global temperature by 1.5 degrees. And if we don't want to exceed the 2-degree warming limit, we need to take action fast. Now, this is all happening in the context that the existing carbon credit products on the market in the form of forestry carbon credits and also direct air capture carbon credits, these big machines, these have been shown to be potentially worthless, potentially harmful, and even the UN says direct air capture can pose unknown risks. Also, when companies, big tech companies, small companies, all kinds of companies, when they purchase carbon credit products at the moment from these technologies, they're a sunk cost. They go in as a cost on the profit and loss sheet, and there's no return on these carbon credit purchases. So we want to change the business model also. So looking at forestry on the left-hand side, it's cheap, but it's cheap because it's ineffective, and it's also very, very slow. It can take up to 40 years to deliver a net carbon gain. It can't really be measured until you cut down the tree. Direct air capture is very, very expensive. We know that some technology companies are paying up to $1,500 per ton of CO2e captured. Very high power consumption, and it's also very slow. If you put in a direct air capture order today, you won't get that fulfilled for 6 years. Also, after spending all that money, all that energy, all that effort in removing this carbon from the air, they put it into a hole in the ground. Whereas our new category of carbon credit uses hemp, it uses the power of the sun to remove CO2 very, very quickly. In hot climates, you can grow 3 crops of hemp in 1 year. So it's essentially real-time carbon removal. And key for us is the fact that we use the carbon fiber from the plant to create construction materials, sustainable construction materials, also biofuels, bioplastics, and you can even have vast co-benefits in terms of benefiting nature and biodiversity. For example, bees love the pollen from hemp and it feeds them late into the season. We can also measure and weigh the carbon captured by the hemp plants. So we've got all the advantages of direct air capture, plus it's much, much faster and it doesn't consume so much power. Hempcrete is the remarkable building material that's basically made from the stalk fiber from the hemp plant when mixed with lime and water. And it's non-toxic construction material. It can do pretty much anything that concrete can do, except for its compressive strength is not as strong as concrete. That can be dealt with through things like hemp carbon fiber reinforcing bars, or potentially even a small amount of cement going into the mixture. So there's a lot of motion towards adopting hempcrete on a massive scale. It's just recently being allowed into the US building codes, which is a very, very significant step forward. It's already legal in the EU, and essentially not only does it create a wonderful living environment because it's anti-mold, it's anti-pest, it's fire resistant, but it continues to absorb CO2 from the air when it's actually in situ. So it's the gift that keeps on giving. Our pilot project is almost complete in Ukraine. The impacts here have been certified by Google. The QR code here will bring you to a short film about our project, and you can meet the people behind it. So we've partnered with the local project team in Ukraine, in Western Ukraine, and what they've done is they've grown hemp locally, and then they've used the hemp carbon fiber to build this accommodation for people who've lost their homes in the conflict and also war orphans. And in so doing, they've taken over 1,000 tons of CO2 from the air and locked it away, as well as displacing CO2 that would otherwise have been created if they used cement and concrete. And what we've done is we've brought the carbon credits from this project to market. So when we sell these carbon credits to our customers, 2/3 of the revenue goes back to the project to actually fund the project. So this is an example of the model that is a complete end-to-end process, and using our technology, we aim to scale this out, and we want to have projects like this happening all over the world at a very significant scale. So when we work with our carbon credit customers, we help them to measure, minimize, and then manage their carbon footprint. And the technology we're building, including AI capabilities, will be the world's leading carbon footprint management platform. Our main audience at the moment is airlines. So our goal is to work with airlines all over the world to be able to sell carbon credits to their passengers. So we would work with their flight data systems to measure the carbon footprint of a passenger on a typical flight. So for example, a Dublin to London return flight has a carbon footprint of about 76 kilograms per passenger. So we would integrate with the airline systems to get a clear measurement of that, and then also to offer our carbon credits to the passengers. Then we pay the farmer to grow the hemp. We are integrating with Google satellite systems, which will monitor the crop growing. So that verifies that the crop is growing. And then when the passenger purchases the carbon credit through the airline app, we split the revenues with the airline. Then once the hempcrete blocks have been made from the stalks, that sequesters the carbon for periods of hundreds of years. And once that happens and is verified, then we pay the block maker. And we want that circular economy to keep building and building and accelerating so that we can deliver scale into the impacts we want to make a difference at. Real estate is the world's largest asset class. So not only is it something that we can really deliver value to our customers by participating in real estate asset creation, but we want to help people, because from the basic shelter level all the way up through to confidence and purpose, quality housing is possibly the most important thing that we can deliver to the world at scale, and that's our goal. So just this week, we've learned that we're in Elon Musk's top 100 most promising carbon removal companies in the world. We've been participating in that for the last 3 years, so we're very excited about that. And the World Bank says that by 2030, 300 million new housing units are required worldwide. This is a staggering statistic, and 40% of the world's population needs new housing very, very quickly. So we believe that our fintech platform model is the way to grow carbon markets, to house the world, and to stop climate change. And it's great that we can help share our story and share our vision with the Cambria and the SIIA Alliance. And really, we'd love to connect with everybody to see, can we deliver our projects all over the world at scale very, very quickly, because time is running out, guys. So thank you so much. It's been a wonderful opportunity to be with you today. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Gary Byrnes. Thank you one more time for your interesting sharing with the meaningful projects that you guys are working on to contribute to the community. Thank you so much. Okay.